Evening, morning, folks. Goodness me. It's early. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock in the morning. How's everybody doing? If I look like it's 4 o'clock in the morning, it's because it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Just in time, eh? Coffee's done. Toast done. Now, I don't know the Scotland and Japan game yet. So if you want to blast the chat with some fake scores and maybe some real ones to put my mind in two minds about whether I've been spoiled to the result or not, do let me know. But otherwise, it's South Africa and England. And yeah, we're about to kick off. How is everybody doing? I've just had kickoff. Goodness me, I cut it close, but we are awake. And it's time for the rugby. I will chuck a score on here as well before anybody asks. There we go. Stalio, man, good morning. 29-20. That's been a common scoreline. Thank you, Kay. Tim, man, good morning. For a time check, I'm at 40 seconds right now, just in case. I know with a lot of people watching on Amazon, I'm actually not as far behind people as I used to be. 100-0 to England is all you need to know. That'd be quite a feat, mate. If you could put 100 points on the Springboks. What's the most the Springboks have conceded this season? I feel like it's not that many. Still polishing off the end of the coffee. But yeah, so far so good. We're a minute and a half into the game. There's been no stoppage. Stewart just took a high ball and got rid of Dale. Not the easiest thing to do. Scotland, Japan isn't the result to avoid. It's Italy, Uruguay. I think I saw Chile, Russia on Twitter, which I was too busy closing. But yeah. If you lowered your head slightly, you could watch the game on my glasses. That would be quite a feat to be able to watch the game on my glasses. People used to try and watch on the reflection of the whiteboard, to be fair. Man, we're still going. We're 2 minutes in. England, is Stewart going to go in? Jeez, that's close. Did LaRue get that down? He did. Going to miss the end of this game as it's your wife's birthday and taking your kids to the cinema to watch the new Ghostbusters. Is there a new Ghostbusters? The last time I saw a Ghostbusters was the one they released the one with the women as the Ghostbusters, and apparently it didn't go down that well. Should be a good battle up front of two physical sides. Anthony, you're right, man. We're starting with a scrum on 3 minutes. First scrum. How is your man Rod going to hold up against the Springboks pack is an interesting question. Free kick to England. What are they going to do? Take it again? This is a proper one, straight on, follow on to the original two. The girl one was awful. Yeah, I never saw it. I've only seen the two original Ghostbusters. Wolf Song, mate. We are still at 4 minutes. Score is 0-0. there was a fair decent amount of ball and play time for the first couple of minutes, but now obviously it's stopped as they set a 5-meter scrum. England are 5 meters out from the Springbok line and they have a feed, so chance to do something here. That's a scrum penalty to England. Holy moly. Sinclair. You happy chappy? What do they do here? They're going to kick for touch. When did I wander to an alternate universe and the Boks get penalised at scrum time? I know, right? I wasn't expecting that. They've kicked it out, so it's more time now. Hoping for a banger, whoever wins. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at as well. They didn't even jump. They threw it straight to a Toje. Man, the Springboks were ready for that quick one. If they can maul try against the Springboks, that'd be massive. Yeah, but they shut that one down quick, did the Boks. Now they're spreading it wide, but the defense is there. Johnny May's out on the right. Hill, geez, they're within 5 meters, but they've been within 5 meters for ages. Victoria gets pushed back. Oh, there should be numbers here. Tuilangi's over. Wow. Good start for England, man. Tuilangi's gone over for the first try of the game. Out on the left wing. Amazing. The maul move was really well shut down because they tried to change the point of contact right to the front early. But yeah, just numbers. The scramble D got close, but not too long. It was over pretty easily. Cheers, mate. No worries. I only set the stream up quite late. I figured if I didn't set up the stream, I'd probably just stay in bed. So, yeah. John, mate, how's it going? Goodness me, if it's a tough time here at 4:23 in the morning, it's worse for where you're at in Australia. Cheers, man. Hope work's not keeping you too busy. And I'll change the score here because it is 7 points to 0. England, cracking start, man. Sophie, how's it going, Sophie? Tuilangi's gone off. Looks like he's hurt himself after that. England need a quick start like that. They couldn't do in the World Cup final. England have been built on a quick start for a few years under Eddie, but if they don't get it, it's troubling. Daramundi, man. Jeez, just like John, how are you doing at this time of the morning? What's he done to himself? Looks pretty innocuous. He just went over for a try. Didn't get, I don't know. Wolfsong, it was Marcus Smith that kicked the conversion. G'day, Earl. How's it going? Boks can't possibly win minus the water boy, John. Well, they've won a few games without the water boy this year, haven't they? The Rugby Championship, he didn't travel to Australia and they managed to beat the All Blacks. So, yeah. I was half expecting them to be wearing armbands or something for him, but no, there's nothing to be seen. Maybe the tackler twisted his leg a bit. Maybe. You might be right, Sophie. I'm not sure. He didn't look to be limping or anything, though. It's a bizarre one. Absolutely bizarre. Last week of major internationals for the year, so early start there. I wonder, yeah, fair call. Yeah, he's not coming back. He is kind of limping a little bit. Of course, Manu literally lasts one game, Chris. Yeah, it's only 8 minutes of the game as well. It's totally bizarre. Neil's going to go put on his block jersey. Works every time almost. Lucky jersey, eh? May fell over himself. I missed that. I just saw there was he took the mark. And then I saw there was a little bit of, what the hell happened? It's literally a Springbok scrum. I missed that. I thought he took the mark. What happened? Manu was lying on the ground for a bit after he grounded the ball. Yeah, I don't know. So I was looking forward to the game. Somebody tell me what happened. Why is the Springbok scrum? What did Johnny May do? He went to kick it and just fell over. And they've got another scrum penalty. He knocked the ball off from the quick tap down. This is the problem with streaming. Sometimes I miss stuff, but thankfully you guys are there to bail me out. That scrum went straight down. But it's another England penalty. He dropped it trying to kick it quickly. Jeez, isn't it horrible when you do that in front of 80,000 people? That's bad enough if you do it down at the park. If you make a fool of yourself, but 80,000 people, plus God knows now how many on TV. Heinrich, mate, yeah, how's it going? Loving the Springboks jersey, eh? It is pretty comfortable, I'll admit that. And now England have kicked it out on the full. Ben Youngs, both sides. Some mistakes. The Springboks getting pinged at the scrum. Johnny May tapping it and knocking it on. Young's kicking it out on the full. Both sides are a bit nervous, Sophie. I think you might be right. South Africa lose. James, which official will they blame? To be fair, if I look at virtually any team's Facebook page after a game, there's the losing team, there's people blaming the ref. That includes Super Rugby as well. Ref blaming, and I think sports generally are pretty much synonymous, aren't they? There are some handbags. Sinead, you've changed your picture, mate. Neil's got the jersey on, so there's going to be a 20 points difference now. Good man. See if it works, because the Boks have actually got some ball down English territory now. Jeez. That Johnny May again. Was it him pinged? Hey, knocked it on again. Johnny May, man. Maybe there was that little bit of doubt from the last one just in his mind. I don't know. May's got another shiner, that's right. Seven points to 3. South Africa kicked the penalty. Still game on, folks. Very much game on. Maybe he can't see that well, Sophie, because he's got that black eye. Yeah, what's he been doing to himself, eh? I guess that's just a rugby thing. So does Pollard always look like he's sucking a gobstopper? I can honestly say I never thought if Pollard looked like he's sucking a gobstopper. It's funny though, some guys do have kind of interesting traits. Like if you've ever watched, you once you know it as well, you can't miss it. Like Israel Dagg, the All Blacks former fullback, whenever he ran with the ball, he always ran with his mouth open, like wide open. If you go back and watch him, it just looks weird. Imagine if there's a fly on the field, man, he's going to gobble that sucker up. I don't know why. If you go back and look, oh, Maro Toje, nice strip and a tackle on the Kanyuam. Stephen Moore, the old Wallabies captain, whenever he used to take the ball into contact, he would audibly exhale a lot of air, and sometimes it would be picked up on the microphone. I didn't notice that at first, but my Aussie mate pointed it out to me. And again, once you know about it, you can't avoid it. You would always just hear. It's weird. Rassie's under the grass instead of on the roof. Yeah, I did see that tweet. Oh, big scrum from South Africa this time, but England got the ball out pretty quick. Malins is away. Oh, Crocker Smith's looking a bit sore, but he's got back up. Try time. Holy moly. Intensity of this game is rather high, folks. Malins had done well, but Creel managed to cover. Although it wasn't Creel that put in the tackle because he missed them. Where the hell is Stewart? Oh, yeah, just first phase. He goes over Reinach. Wow. Freddie Stewart is quality. He has looked absolutely comfortable since he's hit the international scene, hasn't he? He got it down. Is he going to get the kick? He's nailed it. It's 14-3. Man, England are looking sharper than I thought they were looking. But still early days, folks. $14-3. On Jersey Watch as a non-England fan, to have to say this is your favourite shirt of theirs in a long time. I actually also quite like the look of this one. It's reminiscent of one of the ones from the 2000s, eh? I think it looks pretty tidy. Freddie Stewart, 101 kilos. He's a big unit, isn't he? Size means he can be like an extra back row. Yeah, pretty much. Jordy Barrett sometimes does that, but even he, I don't think he's 100 kilos. He'd be like 90 something, but he's got a big physical frame. 2003 style jersey. Yeah, that's the vibes I get from it too. It's got a bit about it instead of all white. Yeah. It's really hard to find a good and bad All Blacks home kit. Yeah, the All Blacks, when they try to do something fancy with their kit, James, they just try the collar. That's the only area they change. They go all black collar, then they go white collar, back to all black collar, and then they do now like the one's got a little white line around it. Springboks going to have an attacking lineup just outside the English 22. Maybe them to set something on us. Young's long sleeve is giving me Johnson era flashbacks, though. That's a wee while ago now. The new alternate Aussie kit is lovely, the green one. I kind of wish they'd make another gold Indigenous one. But I guess they want to differentiate it by making it green. And there's a helicopter flying above my house for some reason. If it's out at this time of night, it's definitely the police helicopter. Penalty advantage. I think England drove early. Line out move. Pollard puts in a grubber for Creel. But England have swept that into touch. They'll go back for the penalty. You dig the new AB kit over the last one, Josh? Yeah, the new one actually looks pretty sharp. I will say that. Although I haven't bought it. Box need to stabilise the defence. Can't be conceding tries so early in the game. Yeah, it's unusual for the Box to have conceded like 14 points on. At that time, it was like 14 minutes, maybe 15. I'll put this over here. Time check, Mike. We are at 21-10. Andre Pollard is lining up a shot at goal after the English conceded a line-out penalty. It looked like they drove too early to the mall. Did Italy win, James? I don't actually know. So I'll avoid the chat for a second while people tell you that one. But I know Uruguay lost to Italy A last week, so they shouldn't have won. Pollard's nailed that penalty in terms of like Uruguay shouldn't be beating Italy. There is a Rassi mask in the crowd. It would be funny if Rassi was behind a Rassi mask. How am I ahead of you? Probably because you guys are streaming as well. Streaming services tend to be slower than terrestrial TV. Although I'm not terrestrial TV either. All Blacks 2015 jersey. What was the 2015 jersey like? Wasn't it just black? All Blacks jersey will be forever the most iconic in your mind. There is something about an All Black jersey which looks pretty sharp. Like, it's no coincidence that I've always liked the Sharks from Durban because they have a nice black jersey. Everything was black boots and all. Ah, yes, of course. I do. That was a Richie McCaw. Richie McCaw didn't like the coloured boots thing. I think he was a very kind of team guy that nobody should stand out. Nobody should be like a hero, right? So, yeah, since then they've had a bit more license to be themselves. You got Amazon Prime Video on a free trial for a month and you got every game, James. Nice. England have just hit straight back with a penalty. So the scoreboard is ticking over. It's 23 minutes. $17.6. Assassin Man, how is it going? It's 17-6 to England after 24 minutes. So the scoreboard is kind of ticking over faster than I thought it was gonna. But sometimes that's the case. Do you reckon if the Box had Colby, they would be more of a threat on attack? Yeah, I don't think Jesse Creel has been bad. I think defensively he's been making some pretty good reads, even if he did kind of miss a tackle and scramble D earlier. But he's not offered a heck of a lot ball in hand, has he? Good afternoon, lads and lasses. How's it going? Yeah, man. Marcus Smith has been kicking well today. I see George Ford's off to Sale next year. What's up with that? End of this year. Wasn't Richie a rugby pundit? Richie McCaw? I know he flies helicopters now. Been no cards in this game. It would be wrong not to have cards. We don't need cards. Colby's been missed, yeah. So I think any team would miss Colby. Man, it's another penalty being lined up. I actually missed what that one was for. 54 meters, geez. McGinsey to Bristol, yeah, I think I read that as well. But George Ford's not a bad guy to bring in to replace him. Oh, it's a massive penalty. Goodness me. $17.9. Colby is injured, James. He's been out for ages, seemingly. And yes, Sophie, he is a helicopter pilot. That is quite the career change. I think he said something about after one of the World Cups, someone mentioned to him about flying over Eden Park and he got like the flying buzz. I could be wrong, but it sounds like it. Ford is from the Sale area, plus they offered him lots of dosh. Well, that's a good reason. Be closer to home and more money. Why wouldn't you go? One half England, one half South Africa. That's a dangerous Sale team. Yeah, pretty much, isn't it? Oh, they've just thrown the ball into Nyakane. What the? I missed that live. What can England do from this line out? Smith. Wide ball to May. No, they'll cover that one. They've been pinged for offside. A lot of penalties in this game. A lot of chat about Hondre Pollard coming to Leicester. I did hear, I mean, guys who watch the top 14 more than me said because Garbisi signed for Montpellier, right? They said that he's doing so well they don't need Pollard, but I don't know. I don't follow the top 14 anywhere near enough to know. Andre did slip. Bloody hell. He still got into touch. NPC, I have the commentary really low so it doesn't get picked up on the microphone because then I get into trouble. But I think it's English commentary. Kind of amazing Ford and Farrell didn't end up playing the league as pros because they're from a league stronghold. I mean, just with Farrell, look at his dad, eh? Well, I guess he did finish his career playing Union, so. Who's the best referee in world rugby right now, Mike? Jeez, that's a tough question. Who's the best referee? It may be not a popular choice, but I do like the way Luke Pierce doesn't muck around. Like, that's one of my favorite things is just getting on with the bloody game. I do like that aspect of him. Sinclair and Ox are having a wee chat, and South Africa's lining up another penalty. Nick Berry. Time on the clock is 29:50. Andre Pollard's lining up a shot at goal. And he has nailed it. He's got everything today, so pretty much on the half-hour mark. It's another 3 points. $17-12. Luke Pierce's quality. Yeah, although the other day he was an assistant and he was very vocal as well, where he probably needed just to let the ref do his job. So maybe he's not used to being a ref as much. Thoughts on Waikato beating Tasman? I did watch the end of that game. It was pretty intense. Good for the Waikato, man. I'm pretty happy that they got the job done. Sophie likes Wayne Barnes. He tends to make decisions quickly and notice if someone is hurt quickly to make sure they're okay. Yeah, Wayne Barnes was not a popular man here in New Zealand after 2007, but I think even we've pretty much forgiven him because his subsequent refereeing performances have been pretty good. Springboks with a big 5-meter line out after England put their kick through. They've won it, but they're under pressure. Big Dwayne, and he's going to get over the advantage line, isn't he? We were stunned at the class of Freddie Stewart. Is he only 19? That can't be right. He can't be just 19, but he has looked so comfortable, hasn't he? He's taken to test rugby like a duck to water. England's treated like a sprint, the box, it's a marathon. England do usually under Eddie kind of come out all guns blazing. I'm not sure what the spread is in terms of when they usually score their points, but I feel like a lot are within the first few minutes of a half. Malins, good covering tackle from Dale Ender to bring him into touch. Did you see the Super Rugby schedule? But dubious. Blues are the only New Zealand team not to face the Crusaders twice. Is that right? I haven't looked at it in detail. I did see the fixtures, but yeah, that's bizarre. It'd be nice for the Blues to get a good schedule because every year I look at it, I feel like we're getting kind of screwed over. Used to hate Wayne, but he got a lot better, James. I guess that's all you can ask from refs, eh? They just need to get better. Seven minutes to go in this first half. Marcus went to Brighton College in your hometown. Did you ever see him? Hayducks is cheering on England. So far, leading, but the Boks have got a couple of penalties back-to-back, so the scoreboard has been taken over pretty nicely. If that offload went to hand, Jezza, they were in again. Yeah, they still managed to look dangerous even from the recovery, but yeah, no points to show for it yet. Prediction for the Australia game against Wales. I think Wales should get the job done at home, but I know both sides have got pretty extensive injury lists, so it's kind of battle of the walking wounded with them. No England maul this time. Cut back inside. Rod's having a solid game, isn't he? Marchant, he has not had a lot of ball. Whoa, Rod just got flattened by Ox. Might be a turnover. Well, it wasn't Ox. Who was it? Maybe it was Bongi. No, it's not Bongi. Was it? It was Ox. Jeez, he got up quickly if that was Ox. Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, it was Ox. How the hell did he get to ground that quickly? He just got straight back up and was back in the line so quick I didn't think it was him. Victoria, I am up early. I am up very early. Penalised for dissent. Is that what that was? I've got the volume so low I couldn't hear it. Who said what? Ox smashes the small English prop. And did you see how quick he got to ground, though? Not got to ground, got up off the ground. Like, that's what amazes me the most. He's a big man. I guess that's like what Eddie Jones actually said he used to be the number one thing he would look at with players is how quickly did they get back to the ground. Oh, South Africa have lost that ball. Ref said it was out. Huge psychological win with that Ox tackle. Ox on social media. He's got a very active Twitter account recently. He's quite funny. Richard, man, how's it going? Your Welsh boys are playing a bit later. Pollard's wearing slippers or something. He needs the longer studs, doesn't he? Looking forward to the Champions Cup, James? Yeah, I am looking forward to the Champions Cup, although I'm sure my wife's not looking forward to the amount of fixtures that are on. But yeah. Saw a late tackle penalised a few weeks ago. Very rare you see that happen. I think the refs are trying to ping the off-the-ball stuff, eh? Especially if the assistants spot it. It's the assistants that really need to be looking for that kind of stuff. The refs mainly focused on the ball, but the off-the-ball stuff, the assistants and the TMO need to be onto that. Nice jersey, Andre. It is a nice jersey. This is the first ever jersey that anybody ever sent me, and it was a Springboks jersey. Line-out move for England, and Eben says no. But he didn't get the ball. So England has still got a chance. Oh, they've got another turnover at the breakdown. Man, England's had a bit of time down this end, but the Springbok D just says no. Eben was looking for that. I reckon Eben's having one of the seasons of his career, man. Eben's been really good this year. I think he's getting better, if anything. Wow. Did Mellons just intercept that? Oh, it was just a kick through. Well read. Mellons is proper. April Tui, how's it going? Eben has been amazing. I don't know why he wasn't nominated for Player of the Year either. It's been bizarre. But I think he's always been a good player, but I think this is one of his best years ever, eh? Oh, South Africa have mucked up their line out. England have got maybe one last crack before half time. But they've been struggling. Drop goal. Nah. That's going to be no, nothing doing there. That was like Smith's looked good, but that wasn't his best effort. You'd say the best lock in the world at the moment, but you haven't watched that many games. I don't know, but I think you're right. He's been class. I think he's been getting progressively better, which is scary. Since the Lions tour, he's gotten even more solid. First thing Smith's done wrong all autumn. I guess even he's human. That's going to be half time, folks. You could have kicked that better, Brian. Yeah, sometimes guys don't hit him very well, and that one he didn't hit very well. Several worms were harmed in the attempt at that drop goal. Yeah, that wasn't his best shift. That wasn't his best effort, that's for sure. Now, let's see if I can try and find the halftime stats without finding the score of the Scotland-Japan game, because I don't want to know the score of that game. If I cover this up, I should. Oh, maybe this site's not updated. There we go. Good. Halftime. Let's have a look. Possession 57-43 to England. Territory 56-44. Run meters 110 to 54. Pretty low. Kicks from hand 15-12. For England, turnovers conceded is a bit of a worry, 4-1. Saw Chile beat Russia. I did see that result on Twitter, They did beat Russia, which is a massive result. Man, Chile have come a long way. They've come from nowhere. They're going to have a Rugby World Cup qualifying game. It's pretty amazing. Timothy, man, good morning. How's it going? Opinion of the first half. I mean, England came out of the blocks firing, but then the kind of second 20, South Africa just shut everything down. Everything down. As a US fan, that concerns you. I can imagine. It's going to get more competitive in the Americas. Hopefully the MLR is going to help your rugby, though. It's really close, but if England keep up the position and keep the Boks in their half, it's looking like an English win as long as the Boks forwards don't run us over. Yeah, when those Boks substitutes come on is going to be telling, and how long they keep the English starting guys on before they sub them. A really random ad for KFC on my telly just then. That's bizarre. Bizarre. The wrestler John Bradshaw Layfield has started a children's charity in Bermuda, bloody hell, using rugby as a way to get kids off the street. Damn, I did not know that news. That's encouraging. Everyone was too confident for the Boks to win. I knew this was going to happen. Francois, still early days, man. Still half the game to go. I think England looked the better in the first 20, for sure. Evened up a bit, although England have certainly spent more time down the 22 than South Africa have. So, yeah, it will be interesting. I should really look at the teams and see. It's something I don't do. I'm lazy, but I should record when teams score points because it'd be nice to know who's kind of scoring the most. Like, I feel like the All Blacks score a lot in the final 20, even if not against Ireland. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see when South Africa score most of their points. I feel like England score most of their points at the start of halves instead of at the end, but I could be wrong. Kiwis won't be happy until Robertson is named AB's coach, Richard. Well, our man Fozzie has got a deal through to the World Cup, so we're not going to see that anytime soon. For my halftime show, I don't know what you guys have got, but I've got pre-COVID Super Rugby. They're showing the Jaguares and Hurricanes for some random reason, like, yeah, maybe just blast from the past stuff. The whiteboard is conspicuous by its absence. Yeah, the whiteboard is just sitting over there. I don't know why I decided not to move it. I think because I just set up the computer because I have to move my laptop from where it sits there to here for the streams, and I was like, I want to go to bed, so I just set up the minimal. I have a children's table, like a little plastic table, and then the laptop's on a little elevated thingy, and I have cables all around me. Cable. I can't really move. I'm kind of trapped here. Anytime I get up to grab a beer in nighttime games, it's a bit hairy. That I'm amazed I've never tripped over anything, to be honest. Random Sky game. Starlee, are you watching the same one as me? Random Super Rugby game. Darwin is getting first half highlights, which makes more sense than what I'm watching. Hurricanes and Jaguares from, I'm assuming, 2020 pre-pandemic. What has Foster done to draw such criticism? They lost to Ireland, but so did Hansen, and nobody was calling for his head. I think it's because people didn't want to see Fozzie appointed in the first place. And then the team seemingly still has some of the same frailties it had under Hansen. But New Zealand fans are pretty hard to please, I will say that. Timothy, how many top 14 jerseys do I own? You're testing me. I've got Bordeaux, Racing 92, Stade Francais, Clermont. That's only 4. I feel like I've got more than 4. Toulon, Toulouse. I've got 2 Toulouse ones. Do I have anyone else? Is that it? Maybe that's it. Maybe just 6? Don't know. You missed the Hurricanes pre-2021. We seem to be on a serious downhill trend. My dad's not a fan of the coach, but the things may go deeper than that. La Rochelle, geez, Timothy, yes, you're right. That's the first one I ever got. The first top 14 jersey I ever got was La Rochelle. That's 7. Do I have any others? That's a pretty decent collection for a league you barely watch. I mainly got them because they're in the Champions Cup, eh? So, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I've got Montpellier as well. I just brought up the teams on Google. I don't have Lyon. Don't have Cast. Don't have Po. Don't have Brieve, Perpignan or Biarritz. So I've got most of the big teams, if I can call it that. Lyon is probably the team that's done the best in recent years that I don't have. And maybe Cast. So there you go. Don't ask 2 cents about his jerseys will be here till Christmas 2026. I know. I do have Clermont. Yep. I do have Clermont. Why the box playing so bad on your birthday, Johan? Good birthday. Happy birthday, mate. Still 40 minutes to go, man. Still 40 minutes to go. Lyon's hot this season. Lyon's been hot for a couple of years, to be fair. They were like, in the pandemic year, weren't they leading? I can't remember. Who do you think's going to win the under-20s? Oh, man, I don't know, eh? I never watch much of the under-20 stuff, which is kind of bad on my part. I always run out of time. I know Italy's doing. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I know Italy is better at age grade stuff than they are at the full men's stuff. Deeper analysis on selections. Yeah, it's just about data, eh? I'm trying to collect as much data as I can, but at the moment I'm kind of doing team level data rather than playing level because it's hard to get that data. If I ever get to the point where I can buy Opta's stats, I would love to do a deep dive, but I currently have to manually keep my own database, which is a real pain in the bum. It's hard enough even just for teams. But yeah. France have dominated World Under-20s recently. Yeah, that's true. Their current side's filled with a bunch of like Under-20s world champs, right? Mark is wearing the right kit, yeah. Can you imagine if rugby had hockey level data, Victoria? I know. I'm so jealous of the hockey guy whose channel inspired this one when he does the NHL videos that he can just go onto the NHL website and just find so much data. It's just right there for free. And it's like the whole league and the history of the league. Whereas if I want to find out this year which team is, conceded the most penalties, do you know how I have to do that? I have to have a freaking spreadsheet. After every game, I have to plug that data in. It's a real pain. But oh well. First world problems, I guess. Am I doing the next 2 games live? Right, I'm only going to do this one because the next game is on at 6:30, and by that stage, my kids will be up and about. So yeah, I'll probably be making breakfast and whatnot. So this is the game. This is the only one. It's the only one. If I ever get myself a little studio, I will be able to just sit here and watch rugby with you guys pretty much all day. Maybe you should start a rugby Opta. Richard, I actually asked Opta. I forget how much they quoted me. I asked Opta how much to buy your stats, and they said like the package they quoted was more for like apparently bars. Like the smallest package they have is usually for like businesses rather than individuals. Like it's for bars who use like pools and stuff like that. How much did they quote me? Hold on, I've got it here. $5,000 US for a year. $5,000 US. But holy crap, man. Nah, I wish, but $5,000 for an individual, that's too much coin. Yeah. That's their basic package. Rhino says, hopefully you can have a nice afternoon nap without the kids bothering you. We can dream, mate. We can dream. Thank you very much for that, brother. Appreciate that. For a year, yes. But like I said, their package is, I think, targeted to businesses rather than individuals. So it's like the guy said something like, if you're a bar and you want to run like a pool or some kind of like league or something where you're trying to get the patrons in and you need data to run like a fantasy or whatever, like they can help you out. They'll customize stuff. Like they give you they do the work for the $5,000. But yeah, I still can't. Yeah, I'm not dropping $5,000 American on the old stats. Anthony's off to bed. All right, man. Take care. You, both of you guys are watching Christmas ads. Oh man, the malls here have already got Christmas decorations up. Paul says you're a hard-working YouTuber, bravo. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I do try to get stuff done in the background. Like seeing as I'm not working at the moment, I try to use that free time. Like I'm hopefully second half just kicked off. I'm hopefully going to do some cool stuff on the team's depth. Like not every team, but like the Six Nations teams and the Rugby Championship teams, like their depth leading into the World Cup. I think that could be pretty cool. Enjoy Ghostbusters, Tim, mate. Take care. Do you prefer the All Blacks with or without a AIG sponsor? I think I prefer without, but yeah, a bit old school like that. Assassins coming and going between many streams. I'm sure this is a popular one. There should be a few people streaming it. Just got an email to say my Dragon's Ball is on its way. Exciting first Black Friday purchase. Ah, nice. What time are Wales on? Wales is the next game on. I think it's 6:30 for me, so it's still like an hour and 15 minutes. Natural talents watching PSG. Come on, man. Wrong sport. What are you doing? Are you one of the biggest rugby YouTube? I think Squidge is probably the biggest. I'm up there, but he's He's massive. He does something that nobody else is doing. There's a few good channels though, kind of doing, especially the live stuff. There's quite a few good channels who do. You guys know when I do the live stuff, it's more just like we watch the game and have a chat. But there's guys who actually really focus on doing rugby commentary and stuff. Those guys are doing good work as well. Enjoying the game so far, Entombed? It's been good, man. It's close. And there's been some unexpected stuff. England's done better at scrum time than I thought. England's had a bit more ball. Stewart's looking good at fullback, but South Africa's been good at the breakdown, haven't they? So, yeah, that's good. Squidge could be an analyst for any sport. He's definitely... Oh, there I spoke too soon about the English scrum because South Africa's just got one. Yeah, Squidge has got a real analytical brain. Sometimes I feel like I do watch too much rugby in terms of different games. I know Squid watches like one game a couple of times. I think he used to said he said he used to watch like 3 times. I think now he can just watch it twice because he's gotten very sharp at what he does. But I never watch any game twice, eh? And it's like anything, if you read a book twice or if you watch a movie twice, you always see different stuff. It's kind of one thing I wish I did, but don't have time. From Scotland, great podcast. You don't need a studio. The homely feel makes it better. Oh, Pollard's just missed the penalty. The only reason I would like to have my own little spaces when I record videos, if my kids are up, I basically ask my wife, can you take the kids into their bedroom and play with them for 20 minutes while I do this? So then, like, as soon as I finish recording, I have to open the door, run, like, you guys can come out now. Like, they kind of have to hide. That's the only thing that sucks. It's okay when they're at school, but when we're in lockdown and the kids are home all day, it doesn't really work. Bomb squad is on. Indeed. Need a shed, Josh. I think that's the plan, man. I want to get a garage, which will be essentially like with a little shed built onto the back. That's what I want. Because I've got a carport now, but I want to convert it into a garage. But I need to get council planning permission and stuff, which is going to take time and money. So we'll see how we go. Long-term plans. Oh, Teolende. Oh, Jesse just needed to stick a little bit behind him, I think. He might have just overrun that a touch. Maybe he thought the pass was going to come a second earlier. Needs an office shed, pretty much, Richard, mate. Pretty much. Let's have another look. Khaleesi. Yeah, Jesse Creel just needed to be 1 yard behind. Or maybe the pass just needed to be a little bit further out in front. Red tape is always a pain, Jezza, and my city is famous for its horrendous amounts of red tape. Want to see South African win, but really loving Marcus Smith at 10. He's a fun guy to watch, isn't he? He's got a nice crisp pass. Sometimes he takes the ball to the line. Just got good skills all round, eh? Bit of an aimless kick to Freddie Stewart. You don't want to be doing that. The birds have just woken up here, so the sun won't be too far away in NZ. Jesse Kriel Cabbage Patch is indeed on the wing. This is like his third start in a row for the South Africans on the wing. I was mentioning it earlier. He looks, whoa, what a tackle from Marks on Sinclair. Bloody hell. That's what happens if you bobble the ball. Oh, goodness me. Ouch. Yeah, Jesse's all right defensively, but he's not done a heck of a lot ball in hand. Sinclair just got smashed. Federico, I hope you're doing well, mate. They had Haware's highlights on at halftime here for some reason. It was bizarre. From like 2019 or something. Pen's out of ink. Is Pollard going to get this one, folks? He missed the last one. He's missed it again. Jeez, what's happened with Pollard? Get the kicking boots on, man. He must have changed his boots at halftime for those ones that kept falling him over. Joe Marler is coming on. Bevan Rod's given a good account of himself, though, I thought. What on earth is LaRue doing in that South African team? I must admit, he just put in a real aimless kick to Freddie Stewart, and it's like, mate, what are you doing? What are you doing? But I don't know. Oh, he's just missed that one as well. But Squidge is a big fan of LaRue. So there you go. It tells you something. Maybe he sees something that most people don't. Smith with an up and under, but Pollard, no pressure. Or has he knocked it on? Oh, he has knocked it on. What did I was saying? No pressure. Oh, what's happened here? More handbags. The class clown Marler comes on, heaven help us. I don't mind Marler. I think he's quite funny, although sometimes he goes a bit too far, but yeah. Pollard, I did knock it on. Jeez. What the hell happened there? I know. Ben Youngs has gone off. It's earlier than I thought. Rafi Quirk's come on. How many caps has Galant got? Not that many, but there's this young guy, Fussy, who's got like 1 or 2 caps, who's touted to be the next big thing, but they haven't really given him any game time. Curry tried to pick a fight with Derlender and got dumped on his backside. And then he held his back. Maybe he's a bit sore. Yeah, I wasn't expecting Quirk on that early either. 49 minutes. So Quirk and Smith, not exactly the most experienced combo you will see. Big scrum from South Africa. They got a penalty. That's where they're getting dominance. If these guys are so good, why is LaRue still playing? Yeah, no, it's a good question, man. It's a good question. If not LaRue, put Franz Stein at fullback. Yeah, he did it right, didn't he? That day he came on against Wales. Oh, there you go. LaRue is off and Stein is on. You guys got what you were after. I get the feeling the penalty count. Yeah, it's getting pretty lopsided, man. England they're getting nailed at the scrum. Change from the first half. They're getting nailed at the breakdown. But they haven't conceded any points. So Pollard's missed 2. Could be closer. Yeah, the chat called the LaRue hook. They did. Whoa, the cock almost knocked that on, but he didn't. What do you do here? Up and under. To Freddie Stewart, who's just like, nah, bro, don't kick it to him. That's nuts. Your game feed's throwing a bit of a fit, but you can still hear the audio. Oh, well, the box just kicked a high ball to Freddie Stewart, who just took it like absolutely casually, like no problems. Marks has got a line-out throw for the box. They throw it low, and the box have got the ball on the 10-meter line, their own half. Yeah, the high ball won't work against Stewart. Is absolutely right. They are going pretty promptly over the advantage line because now they're in England's half. How did I feel after Ireland versus New Zealand? Well beaten is how I felt. Have you guys got your feedback yet, or is it still down? Oh, Underhill's pinged at the breakdown. It's going to be another chance for Pollard to put them in front. Not put them in front, get closer. Goodness me, my brain's still not turned on and it's already 5:30. Still down. Okay, so yeah, Underhill's just got pinged for a breakdown offense. Pollard is lining up a shot at goal. He has kicked it through this time. Pretty easy shot, to be fair. Kind of not too far out and pretty well midfield. So yeah, it is 17 points to 15. And we're at 54-16 on the clock. Gotta love Ireland between World Cups. Ireland between World Cups are very good. It looks like Pollard has just been pulled. So Pollard is off on 54. And Elton Yankees is on. Yankees is just kicked out of his own 22. England have fielded it pretty decently, but the pressure at the breakdown is relentless. England have still managed to keep it. Marcus Smith's going to put a cross kick through for Malins, but he can't get it. And there's a knock on to England, so we will have a scrum, which has been an area where South Africa have been turning the screws in the second half. Genuinely prefer Elton to Pollard. He's got a different game, didn't he? Sometimes he's able to shift the ball in the back line, maybe a bit better than Pollard, but yeah. I feel like he's more prone to errors, but that could just be my bias. Don't know. I do like Elton, man. Super Rugby level, that guy lit things up. I'm so still when I write. You thought I froze. Maybe I did. I don't know. Sinks, yeah. Kyle Sinkler's coming off on 55. So we'll see what this New England front row can do, because they have been getting pinged. Tell me your guys' stream is back up. You guys talking about the Ireland and Argentina game tomorrow? Ireland are certainly heavy favourites for that one. It's another scrum penalty to the box. Nobody's been able to deal with it this year. Too strong. Too big, too strong. Still down. Goodness me. 56-20. Lazio are playing Juventus at 5 p.m. Need your Lazio will win blessing. Surely Lazio are going to win. Juventus got it for match fixing years ago, didn't they? They got to be the bad guys. South Africa are mauling it. They're in England's half. The maul's tracking along. It's approaching the 22. It's still going. It's heading to the touchline, though. Is it going to straighten? It's collapsed, and that's advantage. They got a free play. They're inside England's 22. De Linder needs to free the arms. It's definitely advantage South Africa right now. Cock takes the ball into contact. Quick recycle. Give it a Dale in there. He gets over the advantage line every time, but they're still back a couple of meters where the previous ruck was. Mapimpi marks. Inside ball to Reinach. Oh, Crocker Smith just knocked it on, but it's back for the penalty anyway. Hey. Juventus would lock the referee in his room if he was giving all the decisions against Juventus. I think there's two penalties. They're giving Khaleesi the option which ones he wants to go for. This time, they're going to go for touch. This time, South Africa want them all. The way their set piece has been going, why would you blame them? England's maul defence is holding so far. Now it's starting to creak. It's edging its way. Dealender's in there. Reinach's getting in there. Franstein is putting his big bulk behind it. But it's not on the ground. Mapimpi dives over from the back of the maul. I've never seen that before. But he's stopped. Held up. What a get out of jail. What a get out of jail for England. Bloody hell, that was close. Oh. Flow rugby is still down in the US. Bloody hell, really? That's ages. The crowd's getting into it. Nick Dolly's coming on, the replacement hooker for England. So goal line dropout. They've kicked it to the 10-metre line. Franstein opts to reply with a drop goal. And he's missed it. He's been waiting for that. It wasn't straight out in front either. So it's still 17-15. There's 20 minutes to go. South Africa really need to stop kicking the ball to Freddie Stewart, though. Rafi Quirk didn't want the box kick there, so they'll set another phase. England are still in their own half. They got the old caterpillar ruck going, and he does box kick it, and he still manages to get charged down. That's what he was worried about at the last one, and South Africa win another breakdown penalty. Oh my God, how are they not in front? I guess Paul had 2 missed penalties. Jeez. It was Big Eben. Big Eben. Who else but Big Eben? Penalties conceded is 15-4. 15-4. And South Africa are going for the corner again. Oh, Boks haven't been as clinical as they normally would be. I feel like they've had that many penalties. Ordinarily, they would be ahead by now. So you got to give some credit to England for holding them out, but bloody hell. England's maul defence is held and not conceded a penalty this time. True. That's actually a good point, guys. No yellow card. Pollard's missed a few. That's cost them dear. That is true. Oh, it's another advantage. Big Ebenezer carry. He gets brought down. They're inside the 22. Maro turns it over, but back for the penalty. Offside. And this time they are going to get the warning. Yeah, Kakin, I think you're right. The warning is incoming. England are holding on for dear life, but I feel like Elton will knock this one over, and South Africa will be in front. Oh, Eben has fallen into Charlie Ewell's, and they're going to have to look at that. TMO time. I think that's the first TMO. Oh, the feed is back. Good stuff. He's falling, but he definitely gets kind of tackled in the head. I think because he's falling, there's going to be some mitigation, though. But it's not a good look. Swing an arm on the face. Surprised the Boks haven't run away with it. Yeah, they've been pretty dominant in a lot of areas, but yeah, that swinging arm to the face is not going to do Charlie Ewells any good. Kekkonen can't see it being a yellow. I can't actually hear the ref, but maybe I'll just turn it up for a second. Fallen significantly. He's saying no foul play. Falling significantly. He's going to go back for the penalty anyway. I can live with that. Yep. I can live with that. Not foul play, yeah. Because Evan was kind of rolling and twisting and, yeah. But I swear these days it's still a lottery with that kind of thing. Sometimes you still can be falling and you'll get guys get carded. Richard just says that basically what I've been thinking, yellows have been given for those, but I don't mind that. That's pretty much what I've been thinking. Well, South Africa are in front. First lead change of the game. Let's update the score. All penalties. But man, they've had a lot of them. I feel like someone got a card in a similar situation last week, Gus. Yeah, that's the thing. You have seen stuff like that carded for sure. Antonio, you missed a pretty quick England start, but then South Africa just slowly turning the game back in their own favour. Still 17 minutes to go. Visa's come on as well. So both teams are using their subs a bit earlier, I feel. Oh, man, Joe Marchant in space. Rafi Quirk. Oh, man, out of nowhere. First chance of the second half. Holy moly. England have just scored a try. Where'd that come from? They've had nothing. They've had nothing all half. And then suddenly line out move. Short pass to Marchant. Whoa, against the runner player, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, man. 24 points to 18. 2 lead changes. Be tired if Pollard got the kicks. Yeah, Pollard missed. He missed a couple. Goodness me. Game on. Reminds me of Jordan scoring for New Zealand. Totally dominated. Yeah. Yeah, well, it keeps the game alive. Quirk's only 20, man. Stewart's still young. Quirk's still young. It's encouraging for England. $66 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. Could have, would have, shouldn't, but didn't. Yeah, that's the thing. Crowd's well into it now. The crowd has been quiet for a long time, but they're well into their songs now. Herschel Yankees is on. Reinach's gone off. It's another penalty, seemingly, for a maul infringement. I think someone's going to go here. Had to happen. Stewart's off. Now, what can South Africa do with the extra man? Not quite through to full time, but almost. Almost. Looking tense. 13 minutes left, Loisy. Absolutely. Tense. Can England's defence hold out, or is South Africa going to crack them with a try? They haven't managed one yet. Eduardo's leaving home to go to the Stade de France. Good luck, mate. I'll be watching. I won't be streaming, but I'll be watching the game. It's another maul. England's holding it so far. Malcolm Marx. Let's use it once. Jesse Creel's getting in there. Herschel Yankees can't see the ball. Surely I can't see it. It's been collapsed just short. But the ref's arm is not coming out. Is the ball coming out? Where the hell's the ball? How that wasn't a penalty or at least a turnover, I'm not sure, but the ref let the ball come out. Another advantage to South Africa. Herschel, Elton, numbers here, surely. Mapimpi, he is over. That was coming on that. Big conversion here, though. Big conversion. It's the wrong side for left-footed Elton as well, but it'd be like Elton to get the one from the sideline and then miss one in front earlier. What a pass from and Elton. Just wide ball, extra man, always going to have too many numbers, eh? Too good. Big conversion. Can Elton get it? Pressure kick out, mate. This might just be the game of the day. It was always going to be a big game, eh? First try England have conceded in 4 hours and 37 minutes. Holy smokes, that's amazing. Oh, he's missed it just wide. So it's 24-23 with less than 10 minutes to go. Feels like a Six Nations Championship match. Got that feeling about it. Yankees always had a really weird kicking routine. He's been doing it a while. That's the first high ball that Freddie Stewart's dropped. And that's a pretty bad time to do it because if that leads to a scrum, that'll lead to a penalty. But South Africa are playing on with the scrum advantage, so they just want to keep the ball moving. Knock backwards. South Africa have got their ball back. Another penalty to South Africa. Oh my God. Is Elton going to get that one? Surely. Is he going to take a shot here? Not feeling the love for this ref. The ref is not feeling any love for your boys, that's for sure. Maro has got a couple of big South Africans on top of him, and I guess he wanted him to let it go. Yep. Slade was trying to knock it back. Vermeulen is just such a big unit. Oh, Steyn will take it. Yeah, of course he will. I was thinking it's a bit far for Elton's legs, but yeah, Steyn. Franz Steyn is such a good cooker. He's a real old boy now, I know, right? And he's nailed that one. Back in front. $26 points to 24. It's still anybody's game, but that's 8 points for South Africa in the yellow card. Sam Simmons is coming on with less than 8 minutes to go. Courtney Laws has gone off. So who's captain with Laws off? Less than 7 minutes now. Man, Dayland is good. He takes a pass at his knees, arm behind his back. So they've got some go forward now. Big Eben into space. Oh, that pass to Marks just wasn't quite there. And England have won a breakdown penalty. Holy moly. Big Eben should have just run. He should have just carried into contact. I know there was 2 English defenders, but look at him go. Maybe should have just carried it. Like a big lumbering giraffe is right. Just carry it, man. Just take it into the contact. First penalty England have had in ages. April Tui screamed at that one. Wouldn't have been worthy of Eben's season if he'd just gone on, flattened the defender and gone over for a try, but not to be. Yeah, South Africa not conceding penalties. They may need to look for the droppy, but the last one didn't go very well. Well, they've only just won their own line-out ball. That was messy. He's got to be exhausted. Yeah, he's been everywhere. Ooh, England have got a penalty. They're saying he was tackled in the air. What's the deal here? What's up? What's up? Let's have a look. Time is 75:09. Oh, for Khaleesi on a collision with Marchant in the air. Controversy incoming. Richard's going to go put the kettle on because we got TMO time. What's the ref saying? It's going to be a yellow card. You got to be so careful around guys jumping for the ball. That's yellow. Yeah, he said he was going for the ball, but he was maybe never in a realistic position to catch that one. Don't know. But yeah, 14-14 either way. Khaleesi won't come back on unless the game goes well deep into the red. Got to stay safe with the jumpers. That's pretty much it. Like, no matter what happens, if you collide with a guy going for the ball in the air, you're probably going to be in strife. England are going for touch. If England win, you got to credit their creativity. You got to credit their start, I guess, man, because they had what? How many points? 17 points within like 20 minutes, and just that one try in the second half. Yeah. Eben was tackled in the head before. Yeah, he was falling though. So I can live with that one. Based on every other game I've seen. Oh, Big Evan stolen their line out. Jeez. Big Evan. What a line out steal. What a line out steal. "76.5 minutes. South Africa have just kicked for touch. It's still anybody's game, man. That's what you want. You want a game as you go into the last 3 minutes to have a 2-point differential, man. Anybody could win it. Evan has to get man of the match, surely. Evan's been everywhere. Oh, man, they've lost another line out. Visa with a big carry. England are back to 15 as well. They might have turned that over. Whoa, there's only 2 minutes to go. Or 2 minutes and 20 seconds, really. Johnny May is slipping over. He's not had much going on all game. Oh, man. Glenn Jukes, man. Long time no see. I haven't been reading Wells online for a while. He needs to get GQ Man of the Year. What can England do here with less than 2 minutes to go? Have they got any magic? Five phases is more than England's had for much of the game. Yules chucks a loose pass, but they managed to grab it. The South Africans flood the breakdown, and it's a penalty. Oh, my goodness. What do you do here? They got advantage. They're going to chuck it round. Not missing much, Glenn. Fair enough. This is pretty much a penalty straight out in front. Oh, well, there's handbags now. Look at this. Clean out after the fact, yeah. Was that Visa or was that Moster? Somebody charged in. Malcolm Marx is not a happy chappy. Him and Itoje are talking about what they want to have for dinner after the game. Big Eben's just saying, come on, guys. Let's get real. Marcus Smith tying his goal-kicking boots. Penalties at England. Pretty much out in front. Imagine if one of the England guys got pinged for after the ball stuff, eh? Yeah, one of the South African guys came in late, I think, which is what Angus Gardner is saying, has kicked it all off. Penalty only. Oh. What do you make of all that? Franz Steyn. That's pretty much right out in front, man. I think I could kick this one. Maybe not with 82,000 people watching me, but yeah. Game's not over yet. It's not over yet. Last time Franz Steyn was pinged almost to the death, he managed to win a penalty to make up for it. So we will see. It's 27-26. The clock is in the red. There's a big restart needed here. It's a hanging ball, and Stewart just ate that one for breakfast. And then England have got a penalty. So that will be game. That will be game. No, it's my stream's turn to have some issues. So there's more handbags. Look at Eddie. Happy Eddie. The missed penalties. Yeah, Pollard missed a few penalties. These guys better be careful, man. There's so much handbags going on here. Franco Mostert's not a happy chappy right now. What's going on? So much. What are we doing now? Maybe they took out Freddie Stewart in the air? That's what the penalty's for, right? I would have thought that's what the penalty's for. No? Penalty against Evans. That's going to be game. Surely. Takes a long time just to work out that that was a penalty. That's game over. Man. That was the game we expected it was going to be, right? Jeez, that went down to the death. But yeah, whoever was saying South Africa, those missed penalties for Pollard, he missed 2. Pretty costly, eh? South Africa probably should have won that, man. They had so many chances. And then England got that one try against the run of play. But I mean, good bit of creativity from them. You got to give them credit. Good game. Very, very good game. So, yeah. 1.1. Just crazy. But yeah, weird ending with a bit too much handbags and TMO for my liking. But there you go. Yeah, crazy. Crazy stuff. Crazy. Missed kicks, lucky escape. That's pretty much it, eh? England are feeling that one. Marcus Smith's a pretty happy chappy. All right, guys. My kids will be up shortly, so I'm going to head off. I won't be live streaming the next 2 because I said the kids will be fluffing around. But yeah, I'll be watching. That's for sure. All right, you guys all have a good one. Cheers for coming along. Managed to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, which was a good feat in itself. So yeah, you guys take care of yourselves and yeah, enjoy the last few games of a big weekend of rugby before we have a big absence until like the Six Nations. But yeah, cheers, Jezza, before I go. Thank you, mate. I hope you have a good rest of your Saturday. It's already Sunday here. But yeah, you guys take care. I will catch you guys again.